everybody. My name is Al Chen. I'm a solutions architect at Coda.
And I am Rebecca Marshburn. I am the head of community at Common Room. So nice to be here.
Yeah, and we're going to walk you through this Coda pack, which is integrations in Coda with the Coda template that uses the pack. And really quick, we're just going to talk about what this template does, how Common Room works with Coda. Basically, this pack allows you to view your Common Room data within Coda, and then you can also take action from Coda into Common Room. And basically allows you to work with both of the tools together. And Rebecca, anything else you want to add before we move on to the kind of demo of the template?
Yeah, I mean, you and I talked about this a little bit offline, but something that I love about this is that if people, especially coming from a Coda building for community point of view, you're like, hey, if you're a user in Coda and you want to also implement like data from other sources like Common Room, right? Community member data. But you don't want to leave Coda because we're a collaborative all-in-one tool. You give your community members all the ways in order for them to do that. And so we're just pretty honored that you also made a way to import community data directly into Coda so that you're building for your members' needs directly into the place that they want to be working from. So very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I could not have said any better. And yep, anyone can use this pack if they want to, look at their Common Room data in Coda and take action into Common Room. So we'll just go right into some parts of this template, which you can copy and use. If you want to just quickly look at create a list of your most important community members, you can add them here. I added a few from our community. What you can do is once you add in a email address, a Twitter account, GitHub, LinkedIn account, it just shows up that information right there. And this is my information, all my kind of profile information from Common Room. You can see my tags, my email, title, all this stuff. And these columns here are just additional columns that come from Common Room about my specific member. What we like to do at Coda is just kind of tag or add custom categorizations to some of our members or our important members. So maybe for this case, I want to follow up with myself. So this is just one way of using the Common Room pack, which is viewing your members in one place. In Coda, you can also create charts based off of your data. So this is a table of members with different statuses, and this just keeps track of how many people I have to follow up with, monitor, send product updates based on this specific column right here. And then these are also stats that I can customize for myself that use formulas based on, again, what's in this table right here. So it allows you to see your data in Common Room, see your Common Room data in Coda, create some formulas that do custom metrics for you. But like Rebecca said, you can also see other data that you want to see in Coda that's not in Common Room. Maybe you have other Salesforce data or any other data. You can just do it all in one place, which is in Coda.
Yeah, and so something that I really love about this is a lot of this data is directly available in Common Room, right? So you could be in segments, our segment surface, and you can say, okay, I've reached out to this many people. I'm waiting for a response from this many people. But again, back to you building for the Coda community, if you're already working in Coda, and I think someone like me, sometimes I want to see things listed out this way. Sometimes I want to see them in a graph. Sometimes I want to see them, horizontally or vertically. And something that's really cool here is you've sort of put it in every single visual way for whoever that person is, depending on how they want to make their list or their to-do list, for example, right? So you're like, I see it in a table, I see it in a list, I see it in a chart. So I think it's really neat how you're sort of like building for each of those sort of like visual learners. You're like, there's something for everyone.
Right, exactly. And building for our specific community was what we had in mind with this pack. And in addition to viewing your members, you can update your members as well. Let's say I want to bulk update a bunch of my members. It's the same list of data. These are just views off of the same table of community members. If I want to update everyone here to a different company, it's showing like this. These are just different views off of our important members list. If I want to change the the company name, the role, title, bio, I can enter this data here, bulk update, hit all these buttons to update that member, or I can add segments to my members, add new notes, and when you click on these buttons, they would just automatically update the segment or note, and just makes updating a bunch of people at the same time a little easier.
Yeah, this is something that was actually really interesting because this came through our Uncommon Community Product Help channel. Someone had asked, hey, is there an easier way to bulk update member statuses? And because right now, for certain things, you can bulk update member statuses. For others, if you have to go manual entry, go into that member and then write something or copy paste it, right? What you're saying here is like, well, in Coda, you actually get to see these all listed out in one table, and you can bulk update it like 1 right in a row. So I think that's pretty neat that there are like certain use cases where you sort of refined it or positioned it in a different way to allow people to take more action faster in certain ways. So like this bulk action would actually be faster right now through what you built in Coda.
Yeah, and these segments here, once you copy this template, you'll automatically see all of your segments listed out here in this dropdown. And we'll talk about this in a little bit, but that dropdown is populated by this list of segments right here, which automatically syncs in real time from your Common Room community. So bulk update stuff is cool. In addition to taking action on your Common Room data, one of the great things about Coda Packs is it connects with other tools out there. So if you're using Slack, Gmail, Google Calendar, Discourse, GitHub, you can also send messages from this template to your users straight from this doc. So let's say I want to look at only the people I want to follow up with, let's say, again, in this table, in the first page of this template, I had indicated this custom status field for my members. In this send messages page, I'm looking at only people that I want to follow up with. And let's say I want to follow up with Al Chen, who is me. My title is, hey, this is a cool demo of the Common Room Pack.
I think you mean this is the best demo.
Oh, this is the best demo. Thank you for correcting me. This is the best demo of the Common Pack. I'm talking with Rebecca about the
this is what happens. You try to type live and it's like your fingers don't work anymore.
Right. And all you need is the Discourse handle for the person in your community. And with the Discourse pack, again, another integration with Coda, you can automatically look at all your members in Common Room and then send them messages by clicking this button in Discourse. And if the demo works well, I can just reshare my other screen. And
while you're doing that, oh, sorry, you go.
Oh yeah, and then this is just showing the message that I just sent via the Coda doc using the Discourse pack. I'm talking with Rebecca about the best demo.
I love that. And again, what I want to highlight here is that you building a solution for your community members also in ways has built on the solution that we were building like in our tool itself, right? So for example, we offer bulk DMs via Slack and we'll shortly offer that for Discord. But at the moment, there is not a seamless way. You would have to say like, okay, click into the Discourse like forum post, right? And then click out into Discourse and then right back. And so what you're doing here is really shortening that A to B. Right now it's like an A to C and you're making an A to B line. And that is so cool that you're enabling like an additional functionality through Coda's integrations for Common Room through the pack. So I want to call that out here because bulk DMing through Slack and through Discord is super great, but it's totally different beast when you're trying to bulk message into your forums. And so really cool in terms of what you're enabling here with being able to bulk message direct to Discourse.
Yeah, and then to your point, the one thing I really like about this is I can copy and paste this to multiple rows, and then I can bulk message all these people as long as I have this. And then, I mean, we also have a Slack pack, so integration with Slack. So if you do want to send DMs on Slack, if the person is in your workspace, then you can also use this button as well. The last thing is, this is more the behind the scenes, but there's these tables are called sync tables in Coda. They automatically sync with your data from Common Room. You can add like maybe notes about your segment here if you want. There's also a list of all your activity types. So you'll actually be able to update activity types straight from Coda as well. And then also custom fields for any custom fields you have in your Common Room community.
Yeah,
And
and so an example of some of those custom fields, sorry, I won't leave you hanging on that,
yeah.
is this idea where we have a lot of customers that are like, hey, not only, or a lot of, community managers, not only do I want to know, is this person an influencer, a contributor, how many questions they've asked, if it's been a feature request or a bug or an issue they filed or a product appreciation, but you might also want to know, what's this person's product usage, right? Which plan tier are they on? You could do, like meta-based data type stuff where you're like, how often do they log in? And so you're able within Common Room to say, okay, custom fields map it to these different parameters or attributes of that individual community member. And so you could say, show me the influencers who are in my discourse, who have contributed more than 7 times over the past 12 weeks, who are also on the pro plan. So that pro plan might be a custom field that you would add via your like Snowflake or data warehousing type of integration. So that's the type of custom fields that we've seen people add, which you would also be able to play with here if you were using custom fields.
Yep. One custom field we use is like formula mastery, because if you can master or become proficient in Coda formulas, we consider that you to be kind of like a more intermediate to advanced user of our product. So yeah, big fan of using custom fields. Yeah, and that's pretty much the walkthrough of the template. There's a ton of other use cases you can probably do with this template, but I just wanted to show some of the most salient use cases I could think of in terms of how we use our Common Room community and also with Coda.
That's amazing. And thank you so much. We were going to do a short demo and then I got so jazzed that I kept talking. So I appreciate all of you for watching and Al for keeping it composed.
Thanks a lot.